everyone. Welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up later in the show, area soccer teams continue to dominate. But first, today's top stories. Washington public safety agencies in Washington County are urging residents to sign up for emergency alerts about severe weather and other emergencies after a siren failure in Wellman on Friday. Several buildings were leveled by tornadoes that struck west of town. Although crews were on site fixing the siren on Tuesday morning in preparation for more bad weather, Washington County Emergency Management Coordinator Marissa Risen said that it was the worst place possible for the county's siren system to fail in light of Friday's damage. Alert Iowa's statewide emergency notification system is being used to send alerts to residents. Washington County officials can communicate emergency information directly to citizens via call, text message, email, and social media. The system can also translate messages into multiple languages. The county emphasized that the redundancy ensures safety in the event of a system failure, and multiple means to receive messages is the best practice to keep oneself and loved ones safe. You can text Washington IA to 67283 or download the Smart 911 app from Apple or Google Play stores. Iowa state legislators met with the public to discuss a range of issues, including transportation bills, legislation affecting LGBTQ individuals, and a proposed change to the auditor's investigative powers in Mount Pleasant. Senator Mark Lofgren commented on Senate File 547, which would ban all hands-on use of phones while driving, and said that it is likely to pass. The Senate passed the bill with a 47-3 vote. Lofgren, along with Senator Adrian Dickey and Representatives Taylor Collins and Jeff Shipley, discussed 4 transportation bills, including the hands-free driving bill, the elimination of front license plate, the regulation of window tint, and the use of speed cameras throughout the state. The legislators discussed the possibility of combining some of the bills to increase the likelihood of passing. The group also discussed Senate File 478, which would restrict the auditor's access to information. Collins stated that the state government committee clarified some things and plans to send the bill back to the Senate. Lastly, the group discussed legislation pertaining to the LGBTQ communities. Representative Shipley discussed the use of affirmative care, which some attendees argue can be necessary to provide a safe environment for transgender children. There were also arguments about whether parents or the state should make medical decisions for children. Washington County's ambulance department has lowered the cost of every service it provides after revisions were signed off by the county supervisors. The costs will remain higher than the Southeast Iowa EMS region, but some fees are now less than half of their former price. The change won't reduce the department's income, as insurance providers generally reimburse the ambulance at rates based on Medicare and Medicaid policies, meaning the higher costs for services were borne exclusively from uninsured patients. One of the changes includes an advanced life support, which was reduced by almost $1,000. However, there was contention over lift service fees, which the ambulance charges for callers who have fallen and cannot get up, but do not need a ride to the hospital. The board amended the proposal to lower the cost of lift services to $250 from $275 after concerns that free lift services would be abused by callers. Colton Schneider has been sworn in as Washington's newest police officer. At a ceremony held in City Hall, Schneider expressed his excitement and said it was an honor to become an officer and do his civic duty serving people. Although he faces 16 weeks of academy training in AIM starting May 1st, Schneider said that he was looking forward to learning new things despite being a little nervous. Schneider previously worked at the Washington County Jail since August of 2017, making him a valuable addition to the force. According to Washington Police Chief Jim Lester, Schneider's experience in an enforcement-adjacent position will be useful for the department, and he'll be able to put those skills to good use. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Welcome back to the News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have your 5-day forecast coming up. First, obituaries. Peggy Jean Yarber of Hillsborough passed away on March 31st at the age of 55. A funeral service will be held at 2 p.m. April 6th at Elliott Chapel. Stephen J. Schultz of Crawfordsville passed away on March 31st at the age of 63. A funeral service will be held at 11 a.m. April 5th at Kimsley Funeral Home. Joey D. Ferguson of Mount Pleasant passed away on March 31st at the age of 65. A funeral service will be held at 11 a.m. April 6th at White Oak Cemetery. Kimsley Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. That was obituaries. It is now time for your 5-day forecast. Today has been a warm one with a high of 79. Overnight, there's a chance of thunderstorms, hail, and even tornadoes again, so please take the necessary precautions. Tomorrow, temperatures will fall to 56 degrees and it'll be windy. On Thursday, it'll be 57 degrees with clear skies. The skies will remain clear on Friday and temperatures will rise to 65 degrees. And finally, on Saturday, temperatures will continue to rise to 68 and it'll be mostly sunny. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at sports. Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656. Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
The Mount Pleasant soccer teams were stifling on defense on Monday night as the Panthers recorded the rare double shutout against Columbus Winfield Mount Union in a doubleheader at Eastlake Park on Monday. The Panther girls ran away from the Wildcats 7-0 in the opener. Mount Pleasant boys followed with a 3-0 victory in Game 2. Ellie Manning, who had all 3 goals in Mount Pleasant's previous game, scored her only goal of the night with 30 minutes and 54 seconds left. Aurora Hummel put one in with 8 minutes and 40 on the clock, and Aurora scored 2 goals within 35 seconds of each other just 6 minutes before the final buzzer. Eli Heaton made 3 saves in a shutout into the net. Mount Pleasant, the Panther boys, which won just 1 game all of last season and hadn't even scored on Columbus WMU since 2019, showed signs of turning the page with a shutout victory in head coach Rocco Russo's first game leading the team. Mount Pleasant is now 2-0 in girls soccer and 1-0 in boys soccer. The Panther will play Washington on Thursday, with the boys hosting and the girls playing on the road. The Washington girls soccer team has been on a roll here in the early season as they're now winners of 3 straight since the beginning of the season. On Monday night, the victory game against the Indians of Oskaloosa 7-3. The Demons put together a phenomenal first half, which saw 4 balls behind the back of the net. Defensively, they were just as good, giving up just 1 to the Indians to make it 4-1 at the half. Washington scored 2 of the 4 within the 20 minutes of action. When Oskaloosa cut it to 1, the Demons added 2 more to create separation once again. From then on out, they never let off the gas. Washington midfielder Giselle Marcelino led the Demons in the win, finishing with 4 goals. Angeline Anderson and Ruby Woodhoff also scored as well. That was the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your news break.